Welcome to the Deep Dive, where we really try to get you well informed. Today, we're digging into Silybum marianum. You probably know it better as milk thistle. It's an ancient remedy, actually, been used for over 2,000 years.
Yeah, it's got a long history, and the really interesting part for researchers today is a compound called silymarin. It's got these, antioxidant, antiviral, and anti-inflammatory properties. They're getting a lot of attention. So our mission is to sort through the science, see what it really tells us about benefits for you.
Okay, but first, we absolutely have to put this out there, this deep dive. It's purely for education, seriously. A lot of the research on milk thistle is still quite preliminary, so any health decisions you're thinking about making, you must, and we really mean must, talk it over with a healthcare professional you trust. Keep that front and center. All right, let's unpack this. When you think milk thistle, the first thing that usually comes up is the liver, right? Its reputation there is almost legendary.
Absolutely. That's its most celebrated role. According to the research, it's often used as a complementary therapy, so alongside conventional treatments. For people dealing with liver damage from things like, alcoholic liver disease, non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, hepatitis, even some forms of liver cancer.
Complementary, okay, so not a replacement.
Exactly, not a standalone cure. There was a 2021 study, for instance, that showed some improvement in liver function markers. The idea is it might help reduce damage from toxins, from free radicals, but, the results across all studies, they're a bit mixed.
Mixed how?
Well, some show clear benefits, others are less conclusive. It often comes down to differences in, the dose used, the specific liver condition being studied, or just how the study was designed, which is precisely why researchers keep saying we need more rigorous, high-quality human trials to really pin down its specific effects and, the right doses.
Okay, that makes sense. Important distinction. But is milk thistle sort of a one-trick pony, or does it have other potential tricks up its sleeve? Because I saw some research, maybe preliminary, about brain function, preventing age-related decline. Now that sounds intriguing.
It is really interesting. There are older animal studies, mind you, that hinted it might reduce those amyloid plaques.
Yeah.
The sticky protein clumps linked to Alzheimer's disease.
Wow, okay. Animal studies, but still.
Still potentially significant down the line, yeah. And the research branches out further. Again, mostly experimental or animal work suggests possible benefits for bone health, like stimulating bone mineralization, maybe protecting against bone loss, especially thinking about postmenopausal women.
Bone health too, okay.
And even in cancer treatment support. A 2023 study suggested silymarin might help stimulate anti-tumor activity and, interestingly, protect healthy cells during chemo.
That would be huge.
It would. But here's the recurring theme, right? For all these exciting areas, brain, bone, cancer support, the human studies are just very limited, or the results aren't conclusive yet. We're still working out if humans absorb enough of it, and if it actually translates to these effects in people. High-quality evidence is still developing.
So a lot of potential, but needs more digging on the human side.
Okay. We've touched on some big health areas. What about more common concerns? I feel like I've heard whispers about it for boosting breast milk or even helping with acne.
Right, those come up too. For breast milk, there's one older randomized controlled trial that did find mothers taking silymarin produce significantly more milk. But it's basically the only clinical study we have on that. So we definitely need more research to confirm if it works and if it's safe for that purpose.
Just one study. For acne, there was a study back in 2012 that noted a significant decrease in acne lesions for people taking it. And connecting to broader health, a 2021 review suggested it might help lower blood sugar levels and HbA1c too. That's the long-term marker in people with type 2 diabetes. But again, the quality of those diabetes studies, it really varied. So it just reinforces that need for better, more robust human trials before anyone can make firm recommendations.
It sounds like a pattern here. Potential is there, but the solid human proof is often lagging. So considering all this, what about safety? Is it generally safe to try? Are there specific things people need to watch out for?
Good question. Generally, it's considered safe when taken orally. Some people might get mild side effects, usually gut-related, like diarrhea, bloating, maybe some nausea. Pretty mild stuff usually.
Okay.
But there are some really crucial warnings. It should definitely be avoided if you're pregnant or breastfeeding. There's just not enough safety data there.
Right. Makes sense.
Also, allergies. If you're allergic to plants in the Asteraceae family, think ragweed, chrysanthemums, marigolds, daisies, you might react to milk thistle too, so avoid it. And people taking certain medications like antidepressants or those with high blood pressure should probably steer clear or at least be very cautious and talk to their doctor.
You mentioned it might lower blood sugar. So what about diabetics specifically? That sounds like a really important interaction.
Absolutely. Critical point. Yes. Anyone with diabetes must consult their doctor before even thinking about using milk thistle because it can lower blood sugar, potentially leading to hypoglycemia, which is dangerously low blood sugar. So careful monitoring and medical advice are essential.
Okay, very important.
And one more group, those with hormone-sensitive conditions, things like certain types of breast cancer, uterine cancer, endometriosis. Milk thistle might have weak estrogenic effects, meaning it could potentially act like estrogen in the body. So caution is definitely advised there too. It just hammers home the point. Always, always seek professional medical advice before starting any new herbal supplement. Don't just self-prescribe based on something you read.
Okay, so wrapping this up, milk thistle. An ancient herb clearly has some really intriguing potential backed by some preliminary and animal research, especially around the liver. But the consistent message seems to be a call for more high-quality human studies to really understand how well it works, for what conditions, and at what dose.
Exactly. And what's fascinating, I think, is this ongoing process of looking at traditional remedies through the lens of modern science. Sometimes they align, sometimes they diverge. It really makes you, the listener, think, doesn't it? How do you personally weigh that traditional wisdom against the demand for rigorous modern scientific proof when making health choices? It's a journey of discovery for everyone.
A journey indeed. And we hope this deep dive helps you continue yours, staying well informed along the way.